We'll be doing some close-ups of the minis along with doing a quick review of the adventure demo that is included, and then also going over some of the stuff you can expect from the Kickstarter that we are aware of at the moment. Alright, before we get started, quick disclaimer, I'm technically not getting paid for this, but Steamforged Games was kind enough to send me the demo and will also be giving me all of the goodies from the Kickstarter itself, which is really exciting. I would have been paying for it myself anyway, so big thank you to Steamforged Games for giving me this opportunity and allowing me to share this with you guys. It really means a lot. I obviously jumped on this opportunity as soon as it came up because I am a huge fan of the animal adventure line. It's one of my favorites, that along with the epic encounters, which I've done some videos of recently and will get a sneak peek preview in this as well. You'll see a little bit later why. I am so excited about this whole thing and just how friggin' cool is it that we get an early peek into the Kickstarter goodies. First thing to mention about the demo box is that it is just a demo box. So keep that in mind. It's not the final. Some things are still in the works. Some things are not included. I do not have access to absolutely everything. But we will get to see a lot of the cool miniatures that they are making. They ended up sending some 3D printed temporary sculpts, and then they will be cast in their regular, I think it's like PVC casts. Here you can see an example of one of the 3D printed minis that we'll be reviewing in the demo box right next to one of the final cast versions from one of their previous mini sets. Based off of what I can see from their blog and from the information that my contact gave me when sending me the demo box, it looks like there are 3 miniature sets included in the main part of the Kickstarter itself, plus 2 add-on sets that you can add to your pledge, and the Kickstarter exclusive baby Kraken. All that being said, there are at least 23 new animal miniatures that you can use to bring your player characters to life, starting with the animals of the Faraway Sea set. We get the goat paladin, along with a baby goat druid, which in my opinion kind of looks like a baby Yoda, just the ears are a little small, but tell me I'm not the only one. We have an alpaca bard, which obviously is a lot of fun. We have an albatross wizard. And then there is this cute fox sorcerer guy. We have this pig barbarian, which is fancy. This little rabbit monk. I think he's in this cool little pose. Got a cool pose for this guy. We have a orangutan tinker mage artificer. Then we have a red panda fighter. We have a koala druid. And the last one of this set is the otter cleric. All right, so those are all of the animal miniatures that were included in the first set, which is the Animals of the Faraway Sea set. And then we have next up being the Dogs of the Faraway Sea. There's not as many in this one. So we have a Westie fighter, an Aussie druid, a Chow Chow bard, this cute Newfoundland monk, and a Samoyed cleric? Did I say that right? I don't know. That's what you get in the Dogs of the Faraway Sea set. And then the last one that's kind of just an addition to what we've gotten before would be the Cats of the Faraway Sea set. We have a Siamese rogue, which I really love the way this one looks like. We have an Oriental short hair wizard, which I love. This reminds me of the reason why I got into all of this to begin with, the dog from the Dungeons and Doggies first Kickstarter. So now we have a matching cat to go with that. We then have a Lycoi druid, a Chantilly Tiffany paladin, and then lastly, a Pixie Bob Barbarian. Definitely going into animal breeds that I have never heard of. Next up, we have our first add-on, which is the Time in a Bottle add-on. And for this one, it comes with Mr. Fugit, the Clockwork miniature, and 2 of these walruses, which I only have 1 provided in the demo box, but in the actual add-on you would get 2 of these bad boys, and they are biggins. Just look at him. He is a big boy. I'm very excited about these add-on goodies. Then for the second add-on, we have the Raider of the Lost Coat, and in this one, we have Ysandra, which is a tiefling NPC. With her, we have Charlemagne, a bear, which is the first mate to Ysandra. I'm excited to hear more about the backstories of these little add-on sets that they have. And then this one comes with 4 of these raccoons, which I only have 1 as part of the demo box, but you get 4 in the actual add-on. So that's pretty exciting. I'm down. I'm always down for multiples of something so that you can have like little swarm type things and fight monsters and whatever. All right, and then the last miniature for us to check out is the Kickstarter exclusive, and this one is the Baby Kraken, and it's a little monster. It's super adorable, and the only way to get it is to back this Kickstarter. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. Now let's talk a little bit about the campaign guide and do a look into the demo adventure that is included. As you can see here, I have the hardcover tier next to me so that you kind of get an idea of what we're focusing on. Some of the things they let me know would be included. So new rule options with 10 new animal species. For player character creations, there are 2 new classes, the Watcher and the Tinker Mage. I don't really know anything about that. It's not included in the demo, but I am excited to kind of see more about it as the campaign gets further along. They also are going to have some new monsters, NPCs, rivals, and something called the Mysterious Genius Loki. Genius Loki? I don't know. I have no clue. It's mentioned in the demo, so we'll get to see a little bit about that, but it kind of sounds like there's more to it. They also mentioned that there will be 11 different islands that you can explore. They also mentioned that there are improved hex crawling rules to make long travels more engaging. And then they also mentioned that there will be 3 adventures that will, in their words, plunge you into the thrilling world of the Faraway Sea. Speaking of adventures, let's actually look at the demo adventure included. As we go through the demo book, you'll notice that instead of including minis for the monsters, they actually ended up creating a campaign around the Epic Encounters Village of the Goblin Chief miniature box set. Now, I personally think that is a awesome move. If they're not going to be making the miniatures for the set, I like that it's something that you can get, you know, one box and you have multiple minis that you can use for one of the adventures. They did actually send me this box with the demo box so that it was very obvious to me that they were connected or could be connected. You could also not use it. That's up to you. So the option is there. We'll learn more about it once I think the Kickstarter gets fully underway. I love seeing two lines that I absolutely adore mesh really well together. Now, I do want to call out that I only have a demo of one of the adventures, so I do not know how the other ones are going to be structured. I should mention that the tone of these two lines are very different. Animal Adventures has a kind of, in their own words, Pixar quality to it, while on the other hand, the Epic Encounters has more of that grungy fantasy D&D tone that you expect. I also love that there is that huge contrast between these lines and yet they still work together. I think that's a huge testament to how you as a GM or a creator can make very different things work in your game and use it as inspiration or what have you. Going further into that, I did compare the adventures because the Epic Encounter does include an adventure booklet that you can use, so you have everything that you need to have a epic encounter. So I compared that versus Animal Adventures Faraway Sea adventure, and they are different. The Faraway Sea one has to do with a volcano, and the Epic Encounter is more of a jungle rainforest. The stats for the characters are slightly different. There are definitely some similarities. Some of the skills and features are thematically different to kind of fit with the, you know, different locations. It isn't a deep dive, I do want to call that out, but from the quick looks that I've had at both, they are different and they're usable in their own ways. I also want to call out that Animal Adventures are kind of cheesy. The volcano, that's a big part of this particular adventure, is in the shape of a skull, and it is referred to as Skullcano. One thing, they are broken up into scenes. So we have scene 1, Welcome to the Palm Heart. Scene 2, The Flaming Forest. And you can see Skullcano here. Broken down into the overview, 5 scenes, and the aftermath, along with the stats of the monsters and one of the NPCs. The last things to kind of keep in mind from this Kickstarter is that they are going to have 10 maps included. So here is a double-sided map here. In addition to that, some other fun things to note is that they are planning on doing daily unlocks, which will include things like miniatures that the community helps create. There will also be an island that the community helps build as they put it all together, which I think is really fun, and excited to see how that works out. And also some other surprises that we should be finding out once the campaign launches. The tiers at the moment that I'm aware of, you can get the PDF version of the campaign, the hardcover of the campaign, which also includes the PDF. You can get just the miniatures if that's all you're interested in, and you can also get everything, the campaign PDF and all of the miniatures included. They also have at least 2 add-on miniature sets, which we kind of went over beforehand, although I don't see any specific information about that yet, so I'm excited once the campaign goes live to see exactly what that entails and if there are any other additional add-ons that we will have access to as well, because I don't know. Thank you for watching the video. Thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, bye!